Hi LinkedIn, Hush's Drift Bot of the Week, and today we'll be covering how to engage with non-English speaking prospective students that land on university or higher education websites. Now today I've selected Newcastle Uni, that's my uni, but in fact it's just a random website that has this kind of problem, which is if I'm a foreign language student hitting this website, and my English isn't that great, it would be very hard to navigate. And specifically for this demo, we've chosen Mandarin since I think 48.5% of higher education students from overseas are Chinese. So it makes sense to go with a Mandarin speaking bot. So I'm going to show you today how that bot works, how to engage those visitors without having to translate the entire site. And this is a very common problem across higher education. So let's get straight into it. I'll show you how the bot works. Firstly, you'll notice it's popped up on the right here. It's got a bit of a greeting in Mandarin. And also it's got a secondary message asking, hey, look, what are you looking to do? How would you describe yourself? Now, firstly, this bot only pops up on two particular cases. One is if I've explicitly said I want to engage with the bot in Mandarin, which I'm not showing in this particular example. But if I was coming from a particular country like China, this bot would pop up in Mandarin versus in English or in any other language that I might have programmed it in. So let's begin and go through the flow. So the first thing is I'm asked to nominate who I am. This particular button is for a prospective future student. So let's click on that. Now the next part is a bit of a greeting and then a question saying, hey, look, what are you looking for? So there's a few choices here, but the one I'm going to select is I'm looking to apply. And so now you'll notice that it's dropped a bit of rich media here. It's a bit of a link to an FAQ. So I could click here and read more about it, but I could also drop a video here, some rich media, anything like that. So here's an example of what I was talking about. This is what I selected here was I'm a overseas student. So that was that choice here. So this is some rich media where I can actually play a video, could be YouTube, could Vimeo, could be any kind of content on the website. This is a great way to bubble up content that wouldn't necessarily be available on the site. So if I had Chinese language videos, perfect place to put them. Or if I just had relevant videos that are on YouTube, on Vimeo, deeper in the site, this is a great spot to bubble them up during this process. Remember, the aim of this bot is to convert more visitors that hit the site from China to someone that starts the application process. All right, so the next part of the bot is asking me, what kind of application am I doing? I'll select the direct versus an agent. And so it's asked me a few other choices. In this particular case, I'm going to say, look, I want to talk to someone. I want to talk to someone, and specifically, I want to talk to someone in Mandarin. So at this point, it can do two things. So it's dropping another value proposition here. So remember, it's not just about replicating a form where you're going back and forth and asking questions. You can actually guide them through that process and keep them engaged through that whole process, which is really important. That's the media side of it. Now, the next step is, do I want to speak to a person live? Sure, let's do that. And so at this point, if there was a Mandarin speaking chat operator, so a student advisor that was available, they could jump in and start engaging me directly. However, if I didn't have the staff or that particular staff member that spoke Mandarin wasn't available, it would just drop me straight into a bit of a calendar invite. So here, and this bit isn't in Mandarin, so you'll have to imagine that's in Mandarin. It'll drop the calendar of Michelle, who's one of the student advisors, and I can directly book something in her calendar here, and off I go. So I've scheduled now a meeting with her, and we can actually chat. So that's just a real quick example of how to build a bot on higher education to convert more non-English speaking students to prospective students. Thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment box and I will answer.